what I can find, well, everybody can find, because all of us have been searching for this endlessly, what we've been able to locate is something from the Med Administration for Non-Licensed Personnel, and it basically says anything medicated cannot be applied by non-licensed personnel. Now, where it gets funky is things like chapstick medicated, or Gold Bond medicated, or Head and Shoulders medicated. These things technically say medicated on those labels. It's my interpretation that those things would require a physician's order too. Now, there are cosmetics that are medicated. Powders, foundations, sensitive skin, there are some that are medicated. In those cases, if those people need medicated cosmetics, they too, according to my interpretation, would require a physician's order. Now, you all know me, okay? If I find something else, or if I find that this is incorrect, or if I find that they tell us we need to adapt this in some way, you'll hear from me again very, very shortly. But to this point, this is what I've been able to get from them. And frankly, there's a hesitation to commit because of the nature of the information and how it's getting shared and what ends up coming out of it. So for right now, in general, the rule is if the product says medicated, we are recommending they pursue a physician's order. Now, if there's a provider that stands up and completely goes Napoleon on you and will not concede, okay, let it go. You've documented what you've done and you let it go. There's no need for you to fight that battle. Don't do it. It's not worth it. There's many other battles that we'll be having to fight, and that one's not worth it. Questions about that? Have I thoroughly confused you? Okay, PA services. Obviously, with the cuts that we're facing, the cuts the providers are facing, PA is going to be increasingly difficult to request and justify. And as a result, we've got to be on top of our game. One of the things that the providers are recommending, or that the IC directors are recommending, is using that provider documentation form. I think it would be best practice that we suggest to all families and providers to utilize that form. That's one way we can ensure plans reviewers have the information that they are inevitably going to look for. Okay, and I know some providers are already doing that, some are not. I say we make it best practice and suggest it to them. Again, if they refuse, don't fight them on it. Okay, it's just my recommendation. But I do think it's a good idea.